welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to tell you about some of my favorite things, so stick around. Hey everyone, today I wanted to show you some of my favorite planty things that I use all the time, that is in my plant bucket, so to speak, my plant box, and I always have close by so that I can make my plants as happy as I possibly can. So one of them is fertilizer. There's all different types out there. These are just the ones that I choose to use. I'll show you what I use. I will be showing you the ones that I use, and I use this Miracle Grow All-Purpose. I've used this ever since I can remember, and I've always had really good luck. Now for my cactus, I use this, the Espoma brand cactus, and I actually just used it for the very first time last summer, and I totally love it. It actually works. It doesn't take that much of it either, and you just get your watering can, you pour the amount that you need into this cup, in your watering can, and you're all set to go. And then there's this Orchid plant food mist. I love this stuff, and I have no luck really, unfortunately, with orchids, but I use this during the growing season with my Hoyas all the time. Buddy approves. He wants to help too. So I can't believe the growth that comes out. So these are the fertilizers that I use. Another one of my favorite things is the moisture meter. And I, every single time, water my plants. I use this moisture meter. And if it's in the red, well, there you go, you can see it. It says moist, or if it's dry. I normally water my stuff just between like the 2 and the 3, so once it's dry. I use this in all of my plants, and I test multiple areas of each of those plants. I don't trust this at all compared to this. And ever since I've been keeping houseplants this time around, I actually have had much better luck. So I really think the moisture meter has something to do with that. I have had many different humidifiers, but this one seems to actually take care of my whole entire house. And I have an 1,100 square foot house, and I'm on a concrete slab, and normally it is so dry in here in the wintertime. But all of my plants are thriving. So this is my Levoit. I love it. Favorite things to use is this sprayer. I love this pump sprayer so much. I love it because you can control the mist on it. It can go into into a stream, or it can go into a fine mist. And it holds up to 2 liters in here, and basically you just pump. You just pump and it'll give a continuous spray if you hold this button down. So you don't even have to worry, just as long as you have stuff filled in here. This comes in handy a lot. I love this thing. Love, 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 love my tubs. We've talked about the bins before. I love these things for many reasons. One of them, I love to use these when I repot. They come in a set of 3. So I like to use one to hold my old soil that I'm getting rid of, and I like to use the other one for new soil that I'm mixing up and that type of thing. It just makes it a little easier to pot my plants the way I feel it does. And that way you can kind of keep the soil that you want to get rid of separate, and you can mix up, a batch. So I love these bins. Another thing that I love to do with these is bottom water my plants with them as well, because with a set of 3, it's amazing. I don't have many plants that I bottom water, but even when you do water it and you need a bin or something underneath it, you can water it. Especially hanging plants, you can put it right under the hanging plants, and it'll kind of like this. So many different uses for this, but yep, these are some of my favorites. These pack of 3 bins. Let's just say fungus gnats. Ugh. I've been lucky, knock on wood, so far. and I haven't had any. But when I did get annihilated with fungus gnats last year, Mosquito Bits. Mosquito Bits, Mosquito Bits. I love these. I put them in like an old nylon or a sachet, and I have them floating in the bigger watering can, and I just leave it sit there, I'd say for, I don't know, half hour at least, to get the chemicals in here that are safe to humans and everything, but they don't like it kills the bugs, kills the gnats. But that way, when you pour it out of your watering can, the granules aren't getting everywhere. Another way that I do this is I do mix it in sometimes with the soil, and I have been known to put them on the top of the soil. The only bad thing is it does get like a little moldy and a little crusty after a while, so you have to replace it. Take it off and then replace it with some other ones. But this does work. It does work, and as you can see, I love these things. So Mosquito Bits, if you have fungus gnats, this stuff. I love this stuff. This is a systemic, and what I like about this is this year I put plants outside, or this last summer, I put some of my plants outside, and I was really nervous about bringing them in. And I went to a local nursery not far from me, and they were talking to me about this stuff, so I picked some up. And first what I did was I dunked the whole entire plant and soaked it in water, and all of the bugs and all of the just dead stuff came up. And then before I brought them in, I sprinkled a little bit of this according to the directions on the back. And this is a poison because it is a systemic, but you sprinkle some of this in on your plant and you give it a good water, and you don't have to worry about bugs for 2 months is what it shows. So I actually wasn't quite sure about this stuff, but I used it, and I can officially say I will never live without this stuff. Knock on wood. I don't even want to talk about it, but let's just say that I haven't seen any bad things crawling around yet. So this is a systemic. Another thing that I've been starting to mess around with is I got some of the seed starting mix. And I already made some of it, and what I like about it is it's so light and airy, and then I just mix like orchid bark in there, some perlite, and then I will actually feed the plants after I put it in, because you know some of the pre-mixed stuff already has the slow release fertilizer in it. Well, this stuff does not. He doesn't like to be on the camera. So this stuff does not, but I actually like how airy it is. So this is going to be on my list of top faves. What do you think, bud? Is this on the list of the top faves? Do you approve? Okay, he approves. Neem oil. We all need to have this around in case you happen to have any little critters running around, eggs, any insects, any fungi stuff, and it's perfect for gardening. But this stuff I always use, especially if I get it. What is he doing? Oh, sorry. I'm filming here, buddy. He doesn't care. But neem oil, I do like to spray this and use it sometimes to clean my leaves, just to help prevent little spider mites and everything. So neem oil is on one of my favorites as well. Another one of my favorite things is this greenhouse. I bought this miniature greenhouse. Oh, and of course. But I bought this miniature greenhouse, and I just got it not long ago, but I'm already totally loving it. Besides, I can keep it in this office here where the king resides, and he doesn't touch any of it. I have only had a couple things propagating in it, but I do have grow lights in there, and then I do have a humidifier in there as well. So I would say that this is one of my favorite things too. I've noticed that this pitcher, this Brita pitcher, comes in handy an awful lot. I have to refill it. I just gave Buddy some water. But I like it. It does give me a readout on the top. I will see if I can link this. I use this, since my water is so really hard here, I use this water in my humidifier, my Levoit humidifier. I also use it to feed Buddy with. I use it to water all of my plants with. And yeah, the Brita water filter, or a filter pitcher. It doesn't have to be Brita, but some of the filtered water pitchers. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you're looking for any of these particular items, I will have them listed down in the description box below. I'll have them linked down there. And then that way you click on those links and it'll take you to those particular products that I listed or ones that are very close. And then, you know, if you happen to purchase them, great. Or if you don't, that's great too. But it'll all be helping my channel out